All of a sudden I heard all the beeping, beep, beep, beep. And all I heard her say is, Brandon, I'm gonna die.
So I've pretty much almost never cried while recording these before, but today was a challenge. I asked two questions. What's the most hurtful thing you've ever been told? And tell a story from your life. Now, the challenge was, as you can see, a lot of people are on their cell phones again today. It's kind of sad. About 200 or 300 people passed me, only 3 stopped and talked. But I did get to view some great art and talk to some wonderful people, so stick around and listen to some of the responses I got to the questions.
What's the most painful thing you've been told? For me, it would definitely have to be when one of the closest people to me had the opinion of me that I was trying to express. I've been told by very many people I am quote unquote perfect, but I'm me, so I'll never think that. But having an opinion based off of other people's opinion of me, but not actually taking the time to know me, definitely hurt a lot, because I always try to express myself as the best version of myself, and the only true version of me will ever exist with myself and not in someone else's head, because we will always compare ourselves, and being told that they didn't think of me as the version I tried to express hurt quite a lot.
And what's the most painful thing you've been told? I've been told I'm the whitest black person that anybody has seen, because I'm adopted and I'm raised by a white family, and people tell me all the time I'm like the whitest black person you've ever seen. And like, what does that mean? Does that mean I have to be ghetto to like be black? Like, it's okay. And then next question, friends. Okay, tell a story from your life. So I love it here in Utah, but it's been interesting growing up because in school I've been the only black person. And when you talk about like slavery and things like that, you know, people look at you like you're a historical fact. And like, I haven't been there. I don't know what it's like. I'm learning with everybody else. So I guess for my life, I am still trying to cope. I'm 23. I don't know what I need to be doing. I don't have a direction in my life. I am lost. And I'm just trying to find myself. But I have a really good adopted family, and I'm kind of spoiled at home. So I guess that's the story for my life. Yeah.
Okay, so my name is Amanda. I'm from Brazil, and I had this big dream in my life was speak English as a second language, because my first language is Portuguese. And then I had all my career in Brazil. I have an MBA and everything. And then I said, what is the next step? It's speak English. And then I just left my country and came to Utah to study English. And then almost 2 years later, I met my husband and we married, and then I'm here. So I accomplished my goal, and also I have my husband. Yeah, thank you.
So this guy came up and asked me for a pair of shoes. I looked at the bottom of his, and there was just huge holes in them. It was a no-brainer. I had to give him my shoes. I loved them, but they're gone. And I drove home barefoot. I got some more food, I got a thicker coat, and I headed back out because I wasn't done with the night.
I almost got killed twice. My ex-wife's dad was operating this machine, and it's got here. It's got a core table that's 1-inch steel, about 8 feet long and 3 feet wide. It weighs more than 2 heavy-duty trucks. And he told me to go down there and unhook the hoses and the vibrator, and I go down there and I'm under the table, and it rests about a foot and a half off the ground, maybe. And he told me to run down there, and I thought, oh, I forgot the jumper hoses. So I go grab the jumper hoses, and the core table dropped, and I should have been under it. And I said, yeah, hey, what the heck? And, oh my gosh. And then not even a week later, We were changing over the machine, and I went down there. He told me to go under and unhook the hoses, and he dropped that thing, and it hit the front of my hard hat and knocked me back. I would have been 1.5 feet tall a quarter of a second later.
Sounds like he was out to get you.
I
mean, that's a lot of coincidences, right?
I don't know. It's pure stupidity. There's a lot of inbreeding down there in Spanish Fork. 17 years operating a machine. He can't figure out a kill switch. Anyway, I gotta go.
Definitely. Thank you so much. Take care.
Okay, so the most painful story for me would be when I got told my mom was dying. She was going to die. It happened, one day we were hanging out, and then the very next day she was septic. And she was like, Brandon, I'm just going to the hospital, I'll be back. I'm like, all right, Mom, cool. Very next day, I was told I had to go say goodbye to my mom. Now, my mom to me was my best friend. She was like my leader. She was everything that was everything for me and my kids. So my journey, my ride up to the hospital, she calls. I'm talking to her, and then all of a sudden I heard all the beeping, beep, beep, beep. And all I heard her say is, Brandon, I'm gonna die. Well, my heart just sunk. It knocked my mind into a place where it was just frightening and lonely and scary. And so I get up to the hospital, and she's like, I don't have insurance money for a new heart, for new liver. She's like, I don't have money for none of that. She was like, so, I'm tired. And I'm like, well, it's not nap time. It's time to get your ass up out of the bed, And she was like, no, I'm gonna go ahead and go. And I was like, well, unacceptable, So after many hours of just, Mom, you could do this, you won't. Your dialysis isn't gonna affect us. She was like, okay, I'm gonna do it. So I was happy. I was like, whoa, Mom's gonna, well, the very next day, my dad comes home and he goes, you need to go say goodbye to your mom. And I'm like, well, I said, she just said she's gonna fight. And he was like, well, that's her wish. So I was upset at my dad at that point. I was like, how the hell, you gotta fight for your wife, my mom, my kids' grandmother. That's something to fight for. Well, unfortunately, it didn't happen. And I decided I just stayed home, and she passed away. And then I seen everybody when they came back in, and that was pretty much the most painful thing in my life that I've ever encountered. So.
I really hope you guys enjoy this. If you want any questions answered in the future, let me know in the comments below. And thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe, hit that like button, and share if you found value in this. Thank you all so much. Do you mind holding it up? Your hand up?
I was talking to him. It's my Tweety bird. I was talking